Gals are getting ready to get it on here against the Line Mountain Eagle Junior Varsity. The Eagles are being introduced right now, and we'll have the opening tip-off of the ball game coming up here in just a moment. This is a big ball game for both junior varsity teams, as both of them would like to take a victory home tonight, and we'll be able to tell you who it's going to be in about 28 minutes of basketball here for the junior varsity. So Mike Reed, coach of the junior varsity for Line Mountain, and Denise Headings, the head coach of the junior varsity here for Upper Dauphin. Glad to report tonight that head coach Dave Shadle will be here. Dave is in attendance after suffering a fall on the ice here just a couple of days ago. Dave's a little gingerly here as you see Dave sitting down here, but he will be here to coach the varsity ball game coming up a little bit later. So we're ready to go. We have the names of everybody out here familiar, of course, with the Upper Dauphin gals, and this is Miller for Line Mountain. Near wing over here, shot from Wiest, no good, a little bit short. Rebound comes right down there to UD, and back with it comes Kelly Drivelbis, who will be all over the place tonight. Kelly just plays a game that is hard to describe. She is just a pepper pot out there, and she will play hard all night long for you. Here is Lucas, 12-footer. It's good. And Amanda Lucas gets the first 2 points of the ball game as she drops that one in from about 12 feet out. The Trojans will put full court pressure on. Stolen back here. Nice pass inside for Miller for two. Wouldn't go. Amelia's shot rebounded in there by Balavage, and up the court it goes here for that Julie leader. They'll fair hands into the stands. So UD bringing it back up court now. They lead 2-0. We're in the opening moments here, the first quarter. Set the Trojans for you. That's Herb with it. Drivelbis in there along with Amelia Miller. This is a shot by Amanda Lucas. Wouldn't go. Amanda gets her own rebound, but she's going to get called with a foul. She will pick up the first foul of the ball game as she dove in after that rebound of her own shot. So she will pick up the first personal in the ball game. Miller will inbound for the Eagles here. Here's Wiest. This is Betsy Wiest. Betsy has three gals after her, and she's going to be tied up in here. Coming in to make the tie-up is Herb. Herb, Drivelbis, Lucas, Miller, and Papandrea. Your lineup for the Trojans right at the moment. Herb over in the left wing. She'll bounce it back here for Papandrea. Now they'll swing it to Papandrea and in here for Miller on the baseline. Back out in front for Kelly Drivelbis. Kelly takes it inside, lost the handle on it. It's in the paint, rolling loose, and it's going to be tied up inside as Julie Leader tied it up in there with Amanda Miller. And this time it will be Eagle ball. Miller for the Eagles. Inbounds it here for Wiest. Wiest getting triple teamed out here, has it stolen away. Back with it comes Miller for two. It's good. That forechecking ball game that the Trojans play will be a pain all night for the young Line Mountain Eagle gals. I'm sure of that. Another foul picked up. This is on Herb of UDA. Her first, team second. And again, it will be this time Miller coming up court with it. Ahead for Julie Leader. Julie steps outside, pushes one over here right underneath. Shot put up by number 50 is no good, but she'll be shooting two. Amy Gaszewski at the line shooting two. And Amy will be able to give the Eagles their first points if she can get a couple of these in. She put the first one in nicely. 4-1 UD. And here's Amy's second try. It is no good, off the mark, rebounded by Herb. Dropping it back here for that Drivelbis. Here comes Kelly over the wing. Now on the baseline they go. Now back out here for Lucas. Near wing over here. Papandrea from outside for two. No good. Rebounded in there by Lucas. Wouldn't go. Rebounded in there by Herb. Won't go. And this time it's going to be tied up as maybe Balavage comes up with that tie-up for the Eagles, but it will be UD ball. And Papandrea will inbound the ball. Right underneath she goes with Miller. Miller is fouled. And the foul will be on Gaszewski. She will pick up her first. Amelia Miller at the line, shooting her first of two. First shot, good. 5-1, UDA by 4. And Amelia's going to try to make it a 5-point margin. And she did. Nope. She jumped over the line too quickly that time, did Amelia. And the shot went in, but it didn't count. Here comes Wiest. Wiest has it tapped away by Drabobis. Then her shot won't go in. It's going to be tapped out of bounds off the hands of either Papandrea or Drabobis, and the Eagles will inbound. Eagles having one devil of a time trying to get it up court. Here's another steal in there and a tie-up as Herb comes in to tie it up with Leader. And this time it will be the Eagles inbounding. Michelle Miller inbounds it here, but the inbound pass stolen away. Shot over here by Papandrea, no good. On the rebound, tipped around inside there, controlled by Wiest. Coming up court with it, has some trouble, knocked away, almost got it back, fires it ahead here for Drabobis. Kelly for 2, no good. Rebounded inside there and a foul call. They're going to call a foul on Lucas, I believe. And if it is, it'll be, yep, Amanda's second personal foul. It's a 5-1 ball game here. 4:25 left in the first period. Here's Gashevsky. Gashevsky going to take it up the court. Tries to keep it, but it's tapped out of there. Let's see who's going to grab it. It goes under the bench here. The way it looked like they dove under the thing. But anyway, Eagles have it up court at least this time, I think. Yeah. Betsy Wiest getting ready to inbound the ball. Back here for Miller. Back for Wiest. Wiest from outside. A little bit long. Return shot put up. Wouldn't go. That was at Miller. And her shot just a little bit short. And back with it comes Drabobis for the Trojans. Into the corner it goes. Shot by Herb for 2. No good. Rebound tapped around in there. It's going to be controlled by Drabobis, who comes out of the pack with it. Near wing over here for Papandrea. She'll bounce it right on the baseline. Controlled in there by Herb. Outside for Drabobis. Here's Papandrea. Has it tapped out here by Wiest. And on the recovery is Drabobis. Over in the wing. Shot from over there. Looking for 3. High off the glass. No good. Rebound comes down here to Gashevsky. And ahead they'll fire it now for Leader. Leader has that ball tapped out of her hands. On the floor it goes. It's going to be tied up. This time it'll be UD ball. So back come the Trojan gals with 3:19 left here in the first quarter. They lead by 4, 5-1. The ball rolled inside, picked up in there by Lucas. She tries to pass it across, but it's tapped away. Picked up by Balasic, and back come the Eagles down here for Leader. Leader will take it over on the baseline. Back outside. Shot by Miller for 3. It's good. Miller hits a 3-pointer, and it's a 5-4 ball game. That's that Michelle Miller. And timeout's going to be called by UDA. Got 2:50 remaining here in quarter one. The Trojans up by 1, 5-4. Okay, the Trojans will put the ball back in play following their timeout. Jen Weaver is into the ball game now for UDA. Here's Miller on the baseline for Weaver. Out front here. Here's Kelly Drabobis, 17-footer. Good. Kelly Drabobis from 17 feet out puts a nice shot in. There's a ball stolen away by Herb. Herb will take it inside, looking for 2. Wouldn't go. A little bit short. On the rebound, Miller has it. She turns around, throws it up short. And on the rebound there, now we're going to have a foul called on Herb as she got tangled up in there with Dusty Byerly, I believe. Herb picks up her second personal foul, team's 5th. Inbounded here for Leader. Julia bounced it over here for that Wiest gal. And Wiest heading up the court over here. And a foul is going to be called on Weaver, I believe. Weaver will pick up the foul here as she bumped Wiest out of bounds over here. She picks up the push. Herb checks out of the ball game. In there for the Eagles now is Adrian Klinger. There's a shot from outside by Weiss for three. A little bit long. Rebounded over there by Drybovich, and Kelly coming up court with it for the Trojans. Near side over here, she'll spin it. Weaver pushes it inside. Here's Miller. Had the ball come loose, rolling out of bounds with it goes Byerly. And Klinger will inbound. Here for Miller. Into the corner, shot from the wing over here for three is good, and that's that Adrian Klinger knocking that one down for three. Ball's going to go out of bounds on the far side over there. It will be a foul called, blocking foul called on Weaver. And it will be Jen's second. She just committed the ball game. And Jen Weaver picks up her second personal foul. To the foul line goes Michelle Miller, shooting 1-1. First try, good. Here's Michelle's second shot, and it is just a little bit short on the rebound. Controlled over there by Lucas. For Drybovich. Kelly coming down with it, picking up the dribble, but I think she might have double dribbled it. Yeah, Kelly got it kind of tangled up on her knee that time, or up on her thigh or whatever, and called the double dribble. Vlasic inbounded it, but it's stolen right away by Miller for two. It's good. 14-5. Amelia Miller with a good steal. She tips the ball on the inbound pass over here for Julie Leader. Julie will pick up the dribble, pushes it across over here. Now they'll go down the court with it. Here is Vlasic looking for two. No good. Rebounded there by Klinger. Back for Drybovich. Quick pass down court for Miller. Miller on the run, and I'm afraid it was on the run. Can't quite do that, Amelia. Anyway, it's 1:21 left. Ball stolen on the inbounds. Right over there for Miller for two. It's good. Nice inbounds play and a nice pass by Weaver. Jen Weaver making a nice pass that time. Here's the ball stolen away by Drybovich. Drybovich will take it in herself for two. It is no good. On the rebound, tapped out of there. It's going to be red ball, I think. 1:05 left. Here's Weaver getting ready to inbound the ball. Time called while Biley tied up her shoe. Now she's ready. Miller for three. It's two. Miller for two. It's good. Amelia hit a long one that time. 19.5 feet out. Here's Leader with it. Spinning it back outside here now. Across the court, they'll come with it for Weiss. Weiss tries to push it inside. It's tapped away, and we're going to have a foul or a out of bounds play. Out of bounds. Michelle Miller will inbound the ball. Here's Weiss stepping up, looking for two. That's short. And let's see. It's going to be controlled inbounds here, but to Klinger. And back comes Drybovich for UDA. Inside it goes to Miller. She has it stolen away. Vlasic took that one right off her fingertips. And back with it comes, come the Eagles. Leader pushes it in here. But she's going to have it stolen right off her fingertips and off the top of her hands. And back with it come the Trojans. Over the wing, shot for two, short. On the rebound, controlled in air by the Eagles. Byerly coming up with that pass that time. Here comes Leader, bouncing it right underneath here. Shot for two, no good. Return shot, let's see. It's going to be Drybovich stealing it at the buzzer. To end the first quarter, and at the end of one, it is the UDA Trojanettes 16, the Lyon Mountain Eagle Gals 5. Second quarter underway. Lindsay Shingara comes into the ball game for the Eagles, and the ball tipped off the fingertips that time. It's going to be knocked out of there by UD. Also, Stacy Lark into the ball game for the Trojans. Here's a pass underneath, tipped away, picked up in there by Vlasic. Oh, yeah, a trip, or by, that wasn't Vlasic anyway. Here's a trip call. 41 will be Lucas. And I think Amanda Lucas might have picked up her third. Let's see. Amanda Lucas picked up her third personal, her third personal foul. And here's a shot, follow-up shot put up there by Gaszewski is good. Amy Gaszewski nails that one. 16-7. Ball's loose on the far court. Picked up in here. Let's see who's got it. It's going to be picked up in there by Miller. Back for Lark. Lark spins it over here for Weaver. Weaver takes it inside nicely on the baseline, pushes it underneath. Ball put up in a block. A good block that time by Shingara on Amelia Miller. And it will be Weaver inbounding for UD. Right underneath for Miller. She's underneath a little too far. Gets a little position on it and then shot the ball up and over everything. Amelia that time was underneath, had a nice pass on the inlet, but was under too far. Ball's loose, tapped out of bounds. It's going to be white ball. Tapped out of there off the hands of Adrian Klinger, they say. And so the Eagles have it back here for that Michelle Miller of Lyon Mountain. Julie Weaver. Not Weaver, what am I saying? And here's a reach-in foul going to be called on Lindsay Shingara as Lindsay reaches in a little bit, and it will be UD ball. Weaver inbounds it here for that Lark. Stacy Lark, near wing. This is Miller back for Lark. Oh, inside on a nice play. Tressler for two. It's good. Well, a nice bucket and a nice play by that Tressler. That's a Heather. Tressler and Heather made a nice shot out of that on the finish to that play. The Eagles will take it down the side. Shot from the side for two. A little bit, just a little too long on the rebound. Let's see. Controlled in here by UD. I think Miller might have got the first hand on that one and tapped it back here now. And Lark will take it over the timeline. Near wing over here for Weaver. Stolen away on the pass inside. Miller takes it down on the wing over there for Julie, a leader, but Julie walked with it. And it will be Trojan ball. East back into the ball game for the Eagles now. She replaced Julie Leader. A shot from the wing over here for two, just off the mark. That was Klinger with that shot. Ball nearly stolen, and now they'll bring it back up here. Quick pass up the court here for Wiest. Betsy looks for two. Off the glass, no good. On the rebound, let's see. Going to be controlled in there by Lark, and Stacy will bring it down the court. Pushing it ahead quickly. Right underneath here is Weaver for two. She missed the shot. And she goes to put the next one up. It's stolen away immediately in there by Gaszewski. Looking ahead, they'll go to Wiest over into the corner. Betsy tracks that one down. She'll push it on the baseline. Now outside. Shot out here for Miller for two. It's good. Michelle Miller, who has a three, reached up and put a 19-footer in that time for two. 18-9 is the score. We've got 4:15 remaining here in the first half. Here's Weaver on the baseline. Pushes it right underneath. Shot from over there by Lark. Good. Or by Tressler. Good. That was that Heather Tressler that time. Here's a ball loose inside here. It's going to go out of bounds off Shingara. And coming back into the ball game is Byerly. She will replace Gaszewski for the Eagles. 4 minutes remaining in the half. There's Lark on the wing over there. Shot from Klinger. No good. And on the rebound goes out of bounds. White ball. And Miller coming up the court with it. Pushing it over there for Wiest. Wiest onto the wing. Now inside they'll go with it. Shot or pass. Not sure. At any rate, Amelia Miller coming up with that one. Back here for Stacy Lark. Lark pushes it underneath. The ball's tapped away in there by Gaszewski. Ahead it'll come here for Wiest. Wiest tries to control it over in the corner. She'll look for a little help. Pushes it inside here now on the baseline. Back outside for Wiest. Wiest looking for three. A little bit short off the rim. And tied up inside there as Velasic will tie it up for the Eagles. And timeout's going to be called now by Lyon Mountain, as they have got 3:17 remaining here in the first half. The Trojans up by 11. Okay, the Eagles ready to put it back in play following their timeout. Into the corner goes, looking for three, just off the mark. Rebound comes over here, controlled by Shingara for Wiest. Miller back here for Wiest. Betsy out in front will take it down the other wing over there. And they'll bring it back out here now for Miller. Miller looping it right inside. There's a shot from inside, no good. And on the rebound, let's see, it's going to be out of bounds off the Eagles. It'll be red ball. Herb checking back into the ball game for the Eagles, or for the Trojans, I beg your pardon. And here is Miss Herb with it now, bringing it up court, taking it all the way down. Well, lost the handle on it in the paint, rolls it back outside. Here Weaver picked it up for Papandrea. Papandrea taking it inside, stolen away by Shingara. And back comes Lindsay Shingara, pushing over in a wing. Shot from over there. It's good for two. That is Betsy Wiest for two. Weaver coming back. Oh, and Weaver is bumped, and it's going to be a foul called on Lindsay Shingara. Lindsay come up and made the block and picked up the foul. Papandrea will inbound the ball for Weaver. Jen Weaver inside she'll go. Now out here for Papandrea. Nice play inside to Miller for two. Nice play as they worked it inside to Amelia Miller, and Amelia did not miss it. The Eagles on the meantime are double teamed and tied up down there, and there's going to be a foul called. Foul might be on Herb. No, foul is on Jen Weaver, and Jen looks frustrated out here as she picks up personal foul number 3 with 2:10 remaining here in the first half. We still go to the line, and Jen will come out of the ball game. Lake coming in to replace her. In the meantime, Wiest at the line, shooting her first of 1-1. First shot, no good. Rebounded over there to Byerly, but it rolls loose. She fights for it on the floor with Herb, and on the tie-up, it's going to be Trojan ball. The Lady T's will inbound it here, right there for Lark. Stacy takes it down the left side over there, pushes it in for Papandrea, inside for Miller for two. It's good. Well, they'll just push it inside, and they'll feed that Amelia Miller. Amelia lately has been really hot shooting-wise. Man, she had got a ton of points the last junior varsity game I saw. And then Lindsay Shingara walks with this pass. UD coming up court. Lark pushes it ahead here for Papandrea. Papandrea goes across the court there. Shot by Tressler. Wouldn't go. Rebound shot inside here by Miller. Oh, Amelia is lifted off the floor that time as they picked up the ball. And Amelia was hanging on to it so tightly. They picked her up also as Betsy Wiest gets two more for the Eagles. Here comes Lark back with it. Stacy splitting the defense. Whoop, that time it was going to be Shingara picking off that ball up here for Wiest for two. It would go on the rebound. Let's see. It's going to be Lark with it. She's going to try to start it up court, but she is really tangled up. Got it out of there anyway, and back with it comes Herb down the wing. Herb goes by a couple of people, but holding it. They're going to call a foul on Byerly. Brennick into the ball game for the Eagles now. Here's a shot from the wing for two by Herb is good. So Herb gets two more, and back with it comes Miller for the Eagles. Julie is in there again, and here's the ball loose over here. Shingara lost the handle on it. They'll push it ahead here for Papandrea. Papandrea looking for two, wouldn't go. Shot returned there by Brennick, wouldn't go, and is picked up in there by Julie Leader. And back they come with 30 seconds left here in the first half. Here's Miller on the baseline. Got in deep, pushed it over there. Papandrea with a steal. Back here for Tressler, and Heather will hand it back here for Stacy Lark. Stacy pushes it over in the wing for Herb. Herb tries to go inside with it, fired it off the leg of Byerly, and it will remain UD ball with 15 seconds left here in the first half. The Trojans have doubled them up, 26-13 at this point. And Lark will play for the last shot as the clock's down to 10. Here's Herb. Here's Herb. Herb would like three, short. Rebounded in there to the Shingara. Shingara with 1 second left will go to the foul line. She will be shooting one. Brennick picks up the foul. She kind of got tangled up with the legs of Lindsay, and Lindsay will be shooting at 1-1 with just 1 second remaining here in the first half. Well, let's see if Lindsay can get this first one in. It is good. Lindsay will shoot one more, and that's a good one also. And so with 1 second remaining, there'll be a chance for a desperation shot, maybe. Nope. Stacy didn't even think about firing that one. She was too far out of there. Couldn't even see the basket where she was standing from. But anyway, okay, at the end of one, 26-15, the Trojans lead the Eagles by 11. Well, teams are back on the court now to begin the second half of play here at Lyon Mountain versus UDA. And this is Wiest pushing it over here for leader. And Wiest, Shingara over in the left wing. She's tied up, and wait a minute, she walked with it as Lindsay got all tied up in there and then moved her feet, and it turns it over here for the UD Trojans. Trojans lead by 11 here going into the second half of play. Into the corner it goes for Lucas, now inside, and inside they're going to say it was tied up. And on the tie-up, it will be UD inbounding the ball. Papandrea inbounding for the Trojans. Right underneath they go to it. Back outside it'll come. Here's Lucas for two. Off the mark, and on the rebound it's going to be Lindsay Shingara coming down with it for the Eagles. Dropping it back over there for Wiest. Here's Leader trying to take it down, and she has it stolen away as that trickster in there comes up and gets it again. Here's Lucas for two. Oh, wouldn't go. Amanda shot just a little short, and on the rebound it's going to go out of bounds as Drabobis ties it up in there with and it'll be Vlasic. No, it won't be. It'll be Wiest inbounding here for Leader. Here comes Leader. She'll push it here for Gaszewski into the corner for Belaski. There's Leader. Out in front here for Gaszewski. Here's Wiest. Balance yourself. Balance yourself. Vlasic has it. She'll push it down here now, or rather, Gaszewski had it. Anyway, it came stripped away here now, and the Trojans coming back with it. This is Drabobis working the left side over here. Now inside for Miller. Back out for Drabobis. In they go for the shot from Lucas for two. It's good. 12-footer by Amanda Lucas, and she just glided that one in there very nicely. Leader over there for Wiest. Wiest will take it down the wing. Has it nearly stolen away. Picks it back up again. Here's Gaszewski. And a foul's going to be called in there. Be done shooting. It'll be on number 14, and that is Kelly Drabobis. Kelly will pick up her second. Team's first of the second half, and the Eagles inbounding here for Leader. Over there for that Wiest. Betsy pushes it over to wing. Here comes Shingara pushing it back out here, but a foul called. The foul will be on Lucas, and she will pick up personal foul number 4 on Amanda. She's going to check out of the ball game. Shot from outside by 3 by Betsy Wiest was no good, as the camera decided to do what it does now and then. Don't know why. Here's a pass blocked away, but picked back up again. Across the court they'll go with it. Now swinging it back out here. Here's Tressler. Pushes it over in the wing. Shot from outside for the long two. No good. Rebounded in there to Herb. Back for Drabobis. Back to Herb. Herb sets up for two. Short. Rebounded right inside there by Miller. It wouldn't go, and the Eagles come up with it. Back court with it comes a pass for Leader. Double dribble on Julie. 4:15 left here in the third. Papandrea back here for Drabobis. Now back over to Papandrea. Looks for two. Wouldn't go. Rebounded in here to Tressler. Her shot just picked right off in there that time by Gaszewski. Then stolen back, and then a foul's going to be called on Amy as she blocked off Drabobis, I guess it was. And it will be Papandrea inbounding the ball. Julie spins it back here for Herb. Drabobis. Herb has it. Here's Drabobis with it. Kelly takes it inside, pushes a shot up a little long, and on the rebounds controlled in there by Shingara. Ahead here for Weiss. She loses it away, and out of bounds it goes. It will be Eagle ball. Weiss for Shingara. Near wing here for Leader. Over to the corner now for Balasic. Julie steps back. Couldn't get a shot off over there for Shingara. Here's Leader. Here to Gaszewski. Shot. Good for two. All right. Amy Gaszewski gets two. Or Amy Balasic, I beg your pardon. It was Balasic for two. The ball stolen away, or no, stolen or pushed up by Drabobis is good. Some good moves there that time by those Trojan gals. Making that last play. Lost track of who had the ball for a minute. Here comes Weiss taking it inside. High off the glass. No good on the rebound. Weiss has it. Inside, though, it's pushed up in there by Gaszewski, and that wouldn't go. And back with it comes that Drabobis with Shingara on her. Now Shingara will drop off. Drabobis goes across the court there for two from Papandrea. Julianne gets two. 32-17. Shot from outside for three. Not just off the front. No good. Rebounded over there. Back with it comes Julie Leader. Her shot blocked away. They battled for it inside. It was going to go out of bounds off the Trojans. It will be Eagle ball. Michelle Miller checking back into the ball game for the Eagles. She'll take the ball out of bounds for Lion Mountain. Also, Jen Weaver coming back in for the Trojans. Ball put up there was no good. Rebounded in there by Tressler, and back comes Drabobis for Herb. Herb tries to go inside. It was tapped away. Picked back up again by Herb. Turnaround shot by Tressler, off the mark. Rebound comes back here to Drabobis, but then her pass was knocked out of there by Shingara. Weaver will inbound the ball. Minute 56 left here in the third. Pretty quick moving third period here in the ball game. Another pass knocked down there by Shingara. Out of bounds, it rolls. It is going to be the UD ball. And that means Jen Weaver will inbound the ball for Upper Dauphin. Here's Drabobis inside on a nice pass over there for Miller. Miller spins it over to the right wing and then puts a shot up. But it's no good, and the foul is going to be called. And Amelia will pick up the personal foul for UD. For Amelia Miller, it will be her first of the ball game. Amelia plays nice basketball for the Trojans, no doubt about that. She's always steady. Here's a shot from outside by Gaszewski. No good. Return shot by Miller for the Eagles. Michelle is fouled. She'll go to the line shooting two. Was on Amelia. She picked up her second here in just a couple of seconds, but not a problem there so far for Amelia. Here's a shot by Michelle. It is in and out, no good. Second shot by Miller is good. So she made 1 out of 2. It's 32-18, minute 26 left here in the third quarter. Inside they go. The ball is tapped away. They're going to call a foul on Michelle Miller of the Eagles. Weaver will inbound the ball for Drabobis. Tressler into the wing. It goes off the hands of Amelia Miller and out of bounds that time. I don't know if Amelia didn't realize that ball was coming over there or what, but she kind of missed it. She doesn't do that too often. Here's Michelle Miller bouncing it over here for Leader. And Julianne will pick up the dribble, spins it across the court there for Miller. Out of her hands and picked up by our Miller, who then lost it out of her hands. Well, out of the hands of Michelle Miller into the hands of Amelia Miller, and Amelia lost it out of her hands and out of bounds. So with just a minute remaining here in the third, the Eagles need a bunch, and they pass it inside here on a nice play for Balasik, and she put the ball in nicely. It's a pass inside, tipped away by Leader. Leader going after it. She and Dribelbiss. Dribelbiss picks it up, fires it ahead here for Weaver. Weaver will carry it inside as Jen lost the handle on it. Jen knew where she was heading, but the ball came up on her, and she's called for the turnover. Here comes Miller for Leader. Back out in front. Leader will swing it into the corner. They loop it inside. Turnaround shot. Just wouldn't go, and oh my gosh, on the rebound there is a wreck underneath there as it'll be Shingara picking up the personal foul. Going for the rebound, she absolutely flattened Bennick, and so back with it come those Trojans. Dribelbiss. Inside she goes with it to Bennick, back in here. Dribelbiss pushes it over there now and goes into the corner. Herb pushes it inside here for Tressler. Tressler really tied up. 4 Eagles around her, but she got the ball back out here. Dribelbiss over into the corner. That's going to do it as the period comes to an end. But the Trojans have the Eagles stymied here in the junior varsity ball game now. With 7 minutes remaining, it's a 12-point ball game. 32-20 UDA. Okay, the fourth period just getting underway. Lark with it for Weaver. Into the corner goes to Tressler. Now for Lark. Lark would like a couple of them out here, but that's a little off on the far side. Rebounded in there and controlled by the Trojans inside nicely as Herb doing a heck of a job keeping that ball from going out of bounds that time. Wow, what a nice job she did to inbound it back in here for UD. Weaver will inbound the ball. Here's Herb. Over into the corner it goes now for Weaver. Jen on the baseline pushes it inside, but they're going to say she was on the line before she made the move inside with the basketball. Eagles try to break it up court, but it's picked off in there by Lark. Over into the corner it goes again for Jen. Here for Herb for 2. It's too short. Rebounded to Herb. She puts a shot up that's blocked away. On the floor it goes, and let's see. They're going to stab at it in there as Betsy Weiss had it all tied up. But it will be the Eagles inbounding now. Vlasic will inbound the ball. Here comes Weiss. Weiss tries to push it ahead, does so. Over here for a young lady whose name I don't have at the moment, but I'll get it. In here for Byerly. Byerly will tip it back. Now out in front for Weiss. Weiss goes over in the wing over here. Shot from the side by Vlasic is good. Amy Vlasic gets 2. 32-22. It's a 10-point ball game. Herb inside, now out. They'll spin it here for Weaver. For 2. Yep, just 2. They gave Jen 2. It had to be close, but the official said just 2. Here's Weiss trying to go inside with her, but Brannick will pick up a foul. And Betsy Weiss will go to the, no, she won't. She won't go anywhere. I thought she was shooting, but it's only the 5th team foul. So it'll be Eagles inbounding. Michelle Miller will inbound the ball. Does so here, but it's stolen away by Weaver. Right on the inbounds pass back here for Lark. And Lark coming up the court with it for the Trojans. This is Klinger, who is back into the ball game. Pushes over here, Tressler for 2, a little bit long. On the rebound, controlled over there by the Eagles, but then stolen away. Lark with it. Inside here for Weaver for 2. First shot, no good. Second try, wouldn't go. Rebounded in here to Balasik, and she'll drop it back now for Miller. Here comes that Michelle Miller over in the wing. She goes with a shot from over there. Is just off the mark, no good. Return shot by Balasik is good. She'll go to the line, shooting 1 to get 3. Here's Amy Valasik's first and only shot. It is no good. On the rebound, let's see. Controlled in there by Brannick, who will push it over there for Jen Weaver. Weaver heading down the right wing with it. Jen may go all the way. Nope, pushes it here for Tressler for 2. Short. My goodness, Heather just needed another half a foot on that one, but didn't give it. Anyway, back here it comes for Klinger for 2. No good on the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. It'll be white ball. They set it off Jen Weaver. Amy Balasik getting ready to inbound the ball. Does so over here for Miller. Miller is bumped, and they're going to call a foul, I believe. Probably a foul on Adrian Klinger, and that's going to send Michelle Miller to the line shooting a 1-and-1. Here's her first shot. Short. Rebound comes right back here, controlled by Wiest. Betsy will control it out in front. Stop, looking for 3. It's good. So Betsy Wiest gets 3 for the Eagles. And it's a 27-34 ball game. Now UD had better get a wake-up call. Here's a ball tipped away. Picked up in there, but then stolen back by Dreibelbiss. Dreibelbiss pushes it over here for Miller. For 2, no good. Rebound, it comes down there to Balasik. And she'll push it here for Miller. Here comes Michelle Miller working it down the wing. Tied up in there by Dreibelbiss. As Kelly comes in there and makes the steal on it. And it will be UD ball. Timeout's going to be called by Upper Dauphin. So we've got a 7-point ball game now, 34-27. The Trojans will have the ball when we come back. There is 4:13 remaining here in the game. Time back in now as UD has it out in front. Over the wing they'll go with it to Klinger. And they're going to call a walk as Adrian could not quite put the brakes on fast enough that time. And Balasik will inbound the ball for Lion Mountain. For Miller. Michelle has the ball knocked loose in there by Dreibelbiss. Inside for Herb for 2. It's short. Another return shot put up. No good. On the return, it's going to be controlled by Julie Leader of the Eagles. There's a ball from Miller. Look out. She's got it stolen away. Back with it comes Dreibelbiss for UD. She has it tapped out of there, and it will be UD ball. I'll tell you, boy, there's a lot of scrambling and a lot of stealing and everything else going on out here. And it will Klinger inbounding the ball. There's Amelia Miller back out here for Dreibelbiss. Looking for one, but a little off to the left. Picked up in there and then knocked out of bounds over on the side. It's going to be UD ball. They tried to go underneath the bucket or underneath the baseline with it and fired it out of there. So Klinger will inbound the ball. Pushes it back here for Herb. Over there goes for Amelia Miller into the corner. Klinger for 2. No good. On the rebound there is Lucas for 2. Amanda Lucas right in there where she needed to be to get that rebound and put her home. Here comes Julie Leader. Julie out in front. Here for Miller. Miller will take it down. Puts a shot up short. Maybe blocked. I don't know. Whoa, man. Did they go down hard that time? Wow. I think the ponytail saved her, if indeed it did at all, because she is really maybe shaking up on that one. Boy, she went down hard, I'll tell you. That's at Byerly. Byerly is going to have a headache, I think, and nothing more than that, I hope. But anyway, she really did go down hard. Here's a shot from the wing. No good. Return shot by Lucas. Good for 2. Lucas gets 2 more for the Trojans. And back comes Miller. Miller picking up the dribble. Pushes it over in an open wing, but over there goes that Wiest for it. Wiest battling all the way down onto the baseline. Has the ball come loose, and it's going to be tied up inside there as Wiest tangles over there with... it's going to be a tie-up, and it will be Eagle ball. There's a shot from the side. That's short. Rebound comes down there, and it's going to be picked up here by Lucas. 2:24 left here in the ball game. 38-27 now. The Trojans have climbed back up to that 11-point margin. That's a little more safety zone up there. Oh, look out. We're going to have a blocking foul called inside there on Gaszewski. And it will be Weaver getting ready to inbound the ball. Jen looking for somebody to give it to. Pushes it back here for Herb. Inside to Miller. Miller had it tapped loose, picked up over here by Dribelbiss. On the baseline she goes, tries to fire it underneath. It's going to be controlled over there by Wiest, maybe. She goes down on the floor with it, and then they're going to say it went out of bounds off Wiest, and it will be Weaver inbounding the ball. Jen. Right underneath for Herb for two. Wouldn't go. Oh, geez, they had it set up nicely. Dribelbiss for two. That won't go. Rebound still tapped around. Herb controls it. Back here for Lucas. Lucas for two more. Wouldn't go. Lucas gets her own rebound. Pushes it on the baseline for a shot over there by Weaver. That wouldn't go. Weaver has her own rebound, however, as the Trojans controlling things underneath the basket. And then a hack foul called. And only the team's sixth, though. Jen will not be shooting. They will inbound the ball. See her first of the ball game. Here's Miller stepping inside. Oh, she just put it on the floor and couldn't get it up again as Julie Leader tied it up in there for Amelia. But she made a nice move, but then on the dribble, Julie Leader picked it off. Here comes Wiest, moving it up court. Has it tipped out of there. Amanda Lucas with it, coming back for two. Wouldn't go. Rebounded there to Vlasic, and she has it stolen away. Lucas for two, wouldn't go. Vlasic's got it. Could have sounded like a repeat there. Anyway, a rerun. Here comes Wiest for two, off the glass, no good. Clock down to 1:19, 1:18 remaining here. It's 38-27. Trojans will inbound the basketball. And back here it comes for Lucas. Over there for Miller. Miller walked with it that time. And Amelia trying to turn around to make the pass back to one of the guards. Kind of took a couple little steps. And Amelia's going to check out of the ball game. In there to replace her is that Stacy Lark, number 23. Pass over there on the wing, out of bounds, off the hands of Wiest it goes. 1:11 remaining here in the ball game. Here comes that Dribelbiss. Over into the wing for Lark. This is Lucas. Stopping, popping. Good for two. Stacy's had Amanda Lucas has had a pretty nice ball game here, both offensively and defensively. Got herself in a little bit of foul trouble. And here's the ball got to be thrown out of bounds. It'll be red ball. That's us. Trojans inbounding. 48 seconds left. For Lark. She'll drop it here now for Dribelbiss. Dribelbiss will take it down, push it on the baseline very nicely for a shot in there by Weaver that wouldn't go. Jen Weaver very frustrated in there as she got a nice pass that time from Kelly Dribelbiss, but it just wouldn't go down. Here's Herb looking for two. It is good. Off the glass for two. A nice bucket. Clock moving on down here now. Down to 23 seconds as Miller pushes it back outside here for Leader. Over in the wing it goes. They'll step inside. Short on the shot. Ball comes down here to Dribelbiss, and Kelly will control it with just 10 seconds remaining. Quick pass ahead here for Jen Weaver for two. It's good. Jen finally got one to go down. Way to go, Jen. And she's fouled. She'll go to the line shooting one. Jen shooting one. Nope, just off the mark. A rebound comes over here for the Eagles. Quick pass out here, stolen away by Lark. Clock moving down. This is going to be good if it would go. It's not even near. And that does it. So the junior varsity game ends up as a Trojan big win here now. They score 44 points to the Eagles 27. And that's how it ends up here in the JV ball game. So congratulations to the UDA Trojanettes over here as they've picked up yet another victory. The junior varsity playing very, very well this year, along with the varsity as far as that goes. Both these squads playing a good ball game, and we'll catch you at the next Lady Trojan and or Lady Eagle basketball game. We'll see. Good night.
Tribal-Bis. The starters for the Lady Trojans tonight. A 5'10 junior, number 51.
Well, good evening, everybody, from Line Mountain High School tonight. The Line Mountain Eagles play host to the Upper Dauphin area Trojans in what should be one heck of a ball game. Both teams vying for second half championship qualifications as they come into tonight's ball game with identical records of 3-1. The Trojans coming off a victory last time out when they hammered the Newport Buffaloes just on Tuesday night. A date moved up due to weather conditions on Monday night. And the Eagles coming off a ball game just last night, which showed them taking command of the first half as they completed the first half with a victory over the Juniata Indians last night to go a perfect 9-0 in the first half of play. So the first half championship already gathered in there by the Eagles, and the second half up for grabs very definitely. So we'll see if the Eagles have some legs tonight as they played 24 hours ago. The Trojans, on the other hand, with 2 nights rest. So we're going to find out here as the introductions continue. We will have the lineups, of course, for both ball teams, and we'll be back with the opening tip in just a moment. Coach Shadle, sporting a bad back tonight, will get a little extra help from Mrs. Smith along with Miss Headings here, as Denise on the bench along with Allison Ozenbach Smith there, helping Coach Shadle tonight, as she'll probably do all the shouting and all of the jumping around on the bench, because Dave really hurting due to his back injury and a freakish fall. So we'll see how the game progresses here. The last time out, the Eagles defeated the Trojans down at Upper Dauphin earlier on in the season, but the Trojan outfit, as we well know, has really changed in the meantime and has played some good basketball. Here's a shot from the side short, rebounded in here to Martz. We'll pick up the young ladies now. It's Marquette. Martz, the ball tipped aside in there and out of bounds. It's going to go this time off Amber Daniels. Amber Daniels is in there along with Rudisil, Mosser, Shade, and Amy Daniels. 2 Daniels girls starting tonight for Coach Shadle. Eagles inbound it right here for Shingara. Her shot wouldn't go. Return shot put up there by Marquette wouldn't go. And back with it comes Amy Daniels for UDA. Back here for Lauren Rudisil, who has played very well lately for the Trojans. Over here for Gwen Shade. In fact, all the Trojan gals really doing a job of late. Here's a ball inside, stolen away in air by Martz. She'll push it back over here for Marquette. And Megan, who scored 23 points last night in the Juniata victory over Juniata, I should say. Here's Marquette stepping up an 8-footer, good for 2. So Megan Marquette gets the first 2 points of the ball game. And here comes Amber Daniels picking up the dribble, stolen away. Back with it comes Marquette, pushing it on the baseline here for Thu. For 2, wouldn't go. Rebounded in there by Gwen Shade, and she'll drop it back here for Rudisil. Another fluky thing that occurs with the camera now and then. Anyway, we missed nothing. Here's a shot by Amy Daniels for 2. No good. Rebound inside there to Christy Shingara. She'll push it back here now for Megan Marquette. Marquette coming up the court with it for the Eagles. Lost the handle. Pushes it back over here for Martz. Jill, who played a good ball game, scoring 11 points last night in that ball game, has it back. Cross court, it'll go over there for Brubaker. Shot from outside for 3 is good by Jen Thu. Thu hits a 3. Ball is loose inside there. Now it's going to be Rudisil taking it down the wing, but she's going to go out of bounds over there as Lauren, that time, there's no room here at this ball field, or court, whatever you call it. I mean, man, you're talking the bleachers are right aside of the end line, so you don't get any kind of room along the side, and Lauren that time unable to keep it in. So back comes Marquette for Thu. Over the wing there. Thu tries to go inside with it. It's tipped away. Picked up in there by Rudisil. Nearly lost the handle on it. And back she will come with it. Bouncing it over the wing here for Shade. Shade looking into the corner. There is Mosser on the baseline for a shot. Passes inside. Shot put up in there by Heidi Mosser is no good, but she's fouled, and she'll go to the line shooting 2. Mosser goes to the line to shoot a pair.
Her first, team first.
Foul was on Jill March. She picks up her first personal foul. First foul of the ball game. Heidi Morser at the line, shooting 2. Heidi's first shot, no good. Here's Morser's second shot. It is good. So it's a 5-1 ball game. Now Heidi gets the Trojans on the board, and back with it comes Marquette quickly down here for Thu. Thu on the baseline looking for 2. Wouldn't go. On the rebound, controlled in here by Karen Dreibelbiss. Karen will slide to a hole out here. Nope, now she's got to take it over the timeline for Rudisil. Rudisil bounces it here for Amy Daniels. Inside they go to Morser. Back here for Amy. Amy looking for 3. No good, and the rebound comes down there, picked up by Brubaker. She'll spin it over there for Marquette. Marquette going down the right wing with it. Takes it all the way into the corner for Thu. Now here's Brubaker. Brew pushes it back outside. Thu for 3 more. Just off the mark. That time, and on a rebound, we got a ball that goes up against the backboard and out of bounds, I believe was the rule that time. And it'll be Karen Dreibelbiss inbounding. Karen taking it up the court, pushes it ahead over there for Rudisil. It is stolen away, picked up, and let's see, they're going to say it went out of bounds off Marquette. Megan up there making the defensive play on it, but lost it out of bounds or maybe stepped out, I'm not sure. At any rate, the ball's over here now for Amy Daniels. Amy goes across the court with it. Shot from the side by Gwen Shade is good. Gwen gets a 2-pointer. It is a 5-3 ball game. Marquette out in front for the Eagles. For Brubaker. Brubaker had it tapped out of her hands. They're going to call a foul. They're going to say that it was a reach-in foul called on Rudisil. Warren picks up the first personal foul for Upper Dauphin. Comes Marquette back with it now for the Eagles. For Brubaker. Christy Shingaro will take it right inside, looking for 2. It's good. Christy moves right down the lane that time and was unopposed, basically. Here's a pass ahead here for Gwen Shade. And Shade will take it across the timeline, dropping it over here near wing for Rudisil. Back to Shade. Gwen takes it inside, tries to roll it in underneath, but it's going to go off the leg of Christy Shingaro out of bounds. It will remain UD ball. 4:04 left here in the first period. Shade with it. Gwen goes to take it inside. Ball came loose, picked up by Thu for Marquette. Here comes Megan, taking it all the way down on the left wing side here. Now she'll spin it back out front for Jen Thu. Thu for 3. Nope, not that time. Shade had it. It spins loose. Here's a shot put up by UD. No good. Back with it comes Marquette. Boy, I'll tell you, Jill March battling underneath there for the rebound. Here's Jill with it. Back over here for Marquette for 3. Nope, off the mark and rebounded in there to Amy Daniels. Here comes Amy pushing it over here for Rudisil. Rudisil for 2. And a charge foul's going to be called on Lauren Rudisil as she ran over Megan Marquette. Marquette's okay, I guess, but wow. It'll be the first or second foul on Lauren Rudisil. And Jill Martz will check out of the ballgame now. In there comes Jen Leader, and also checking in is Jamie Snyder. Here's Jen Leader coming up court for the Eagles. Jen will stop it, push it here for Megan Marquette. Megan in looking for 2. It's good. Megan Marquette rolls one up and in for 2. It's going to be Karen Dreibelbiss. Pushing it back here for Amy Daniels. Over here for Gwen Shade. Shade will push it back to Daniels. Daniels one dribble. Fires it ahead over in the wing over here for Dreibelbiss. Karen rolls it on the near wing over here. Out of bounds off the leg of Leader. And so it will remain UD ball. 2:55 left in the first quarter. Nice bounce pass inside. Morser for 2. Wouldn't go. Rebound tapped around inside there. Morser picks it up for 2 more this time, though, and that time Heidi got that one to go down. It's a 9-5 ball game. Back comes Marquette for the Eagles. Right in and shoots it up and in. So Megan Marquette, part of the defense that time, as the Trojan defense just kind of sagged away from her and left Megan Gwynn for 2. Here's Mosser, near wing over here for Rudisil. Into the corner it goes now. Now Rudisil for three, just off the mark. Rebounded in there to Marquette. She picked off the shot. Here's Marquette stopping, pushing it back here for Jamie Snyder. Over there, here comes to Thu. 2:12 left. Inside on a good pass for Jen Leader from Megan Marquette. Jen was all alone, and timeout's going to be called by the Trojans as the Eagles have opened up a 13-5 lead here with 2:04 left here in the first period. Number 44, Amy Gutkowski, into the ball game now for the Eagles, along with Marquette, Snyder, Martz, and Leader. Trojan started up court, and it's going to be over here for Rudisil. Rudisil pushes it over in the wing, or out in front rather. Pass knocked off of there, picked up over here by Amy Daniels. Amy on the baseline for two. It's good. Amy Daniels drives the baseline with a little 9-footer. Nice bucket there by Amy Daniels. Quick pass ahead. Right here's Leader for two. Wouldn't go. On the rebound, controlled in there by Heidi Mosser. So the Eagles blew a chance there, and back with it come the Trojans now. This is Rudisil. Rudisil taking it inside, and they're going to have a foul called. Foul will be on Gutkowski, I believe. We'll see. No, it was on Jamie Snyder, rather. Jamie picks up the personal foul. Her first. Got a minute 27 remaining here in the first period. And Lauren Rudisil will go to the line, shooting a pair for the Trojans. Her first shot, good. Nothing but net for that one. 13-8, 5-point margin. Second try, good. Lauren Rudisil with two good free throws. And it's a 13-9 ball game. Here comes Marquette racing up the court with it for the Eagles. All the way for two. Wouldn't go. Rebound tapped around inside there. Controlled by Leader for two. It's good. Jen Leader picked that one off in there. A lot of big crowd underneath there looking for that basketball, and Jen came up with it. There's a pass ahead. It's going to be picked up in there by Amy Gutkowski, who will drop it back here for Marquette. You're steal in there by Dribobis, and Marquette still has it. She's going to fire it across over here for Jamie Snyder. Karen Dribobis really aggressively looking after that basketball there for a moment. Here's Amy Gutkowski. She'll be called for a walk. Christy Shingara and Jen Thu will replace Amy Gutkowski and Jamie Snyder for the Eagles. 42 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Amy Daniels, across the court she goes with it for Dribobis. Inside it is for a pass out here for Mosser. Dropping it right there for Amy Daniels for two. Amy's shot wouldn't go. Second shot, good. Amy Daniels gets the second one to go in. The Eagles race back right here with it for Shingara for two. Wouldn't go. On the rebound, let's see. It's going to be controlled by Dribobis, who will spin it back over here for Lauren Rudisil. Over in the wing. Shade wanted to step up for two, couldn't do it. Mosser back here. Rudisil from outside. It's just short. On the rebound, it's going to be controlled by Leader. 5 seconds remaining here, and a foul's going to be called. They're going to call a foul on Gwen Shade with just 3 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Gwen picks up her first, team's third, and it will be Jill Martz inbounding the ball for the Eagles. Inside it comes here for Thu. Can Thu get a shot off? Wow. Nope, just under the bucket. And that'll do it for the first quarter. The Eagles on top by 5 at the end of one. It is 15-11 Lyon Mountain. We're ready to begin the second period here at Lyon Mountain, and the Trojans will inbound the basketball. They'll inbound it here for Gwen Shade. Shade over in the left wing. Pushes it back here and out of bounds. It goes off the hands of Dribobis that time. Karen couldn't quite hang on to that one. And Brubaker will inbound the ball for the Eagles. Here for Marquette. Here comes Marquette with it for Lyon Mountain. Dribobis on her. Over here for Brubaker. Megan will push it back to Megan Marquette. Megan Marquette takes it inside, laying it up, left-handed, no good. Rebound tipped over here, controlled by Rudisill, and a reach-in foul called on Marquette as she reached into Lauren Rudisill, and Megan will pick up her first personal foul. And that means Karen Rudisill will inbound the ball. Or Karen Drivelbiss will inbound the ball. Here's Rudisill. Pushing it over there for Amy Daniels. Over in the left wing it goes now for Shade. This is Drivelbiss into the corner. Shade has it. Takes it inside on the baseline. Looking for two. And they're going to call a foul. They're going to say it's Megan Marquette picking up her second personal foul in just short time now with 7:22 left to go here in the second period. Megan picks up personal foul number 2, and that's going to send Gwen Shade to the line for the Trojans, shooting a pair. Gwen's first shot is no good. Here's Gwen's second try. It is good. 15-12 now, three-point ball game. Marquette coming down the court, tries to spin it underneath there. The ball comes loose, picked up in air by the Trojans, and back comes Amy Daniels. The Trojans with a chance to get to within 1. They had trailed by as many as 5 or so earlier. Here's a ball tipped away by Brubaker. Brubaker will take it inside. Looking for 2. It's short. Didn't lift it up high enough. Another ball tapped out of there by Brubaker, out of the hands of Amy Daniels. And back with it comes Marquette. So Brew with 2 defensive plays. Shot from outside, looking for 3. That's short. On the rebound, controlled inside here from Martz, and back in there for Mosser of Upper Dauphin. So back comes Rudisill now for the Trojans. Into the corner here for Shade. Out in front, Drivelbiss. Drivelbiss will take it inside, lost the handle, chases it down herself, and out of bounds, she slides with it over here in the corner. Marquette inbounding over here for Jen Thu, rolls it back here for Megan Marquette. Marquette breaking the pressure down here, will stop it now and give it back here for Jill Martz. Martz taking it inside, pushing it right here for Shingara. Christie goes to go inside, but wouldn't happen. Here's Brubaker spinning it out on the wing. They'll push it back outside here now, tapped out of the hands of Marquette by Drivelbiss, by Karen Drivelbiss, always in there doing a good job. All over the place, just quick. This young 21 out here for the Trojans does an outstanding job, as does number 21, obviously, for the Eagles also. Pass right inside. Here's Brew for 2. Wouldn't go. Rebounded in there to Amy Daniels, and Amy will spin it back here for Rudisill. Over the wing for Shade. Underneath, here's Amy Daniels, blocked off in there by Brubaker. Ball came loose, back with it comes Marquette. Lost the handle, picks it up over here. 3-on-1, they are right there for Thu. Thu had it nearly go out of bounds as both teams playing some ragged ball right now. And back with it come the Trojans. I'll tell you, both teams losing the handles on the thing. Here's Gwen Shade for 3. It's good. Gwen Shade ties up the ball game, 15-all. 5:22 remaining. The ball's tapped out of there. Timeout's going to be called by the Lyon Mountain Eagles. 15-15 with 5:21 remaining here in the first half. Eagle timeout is over. Full court pressure put on. This is going to be one of those games all night long here, as both teams play a similar style. And back with it comes Thu. Thu pushing it on the baseline. Shot inside, but a walk called first on Brubaker. As Megan, I thought, might have taken a walk there on the baseline, and she was called. Back with it comes Amy Daniels. Amy will push it ahead here now for Mosser. Over there for Drivelbiss. Pushes it ahead. Rudisill for 2. No good. Rebounded in there to Christy Shingara. He'll drop it back here for Marquette. Marquette pushing it out here for Brubaker. And Brubaker for Marquette. Marquette takes it inside. Shot a little bit short. On the rebound, it's controlled in there by Gwen Shade. Went up strongly for it that time. Ball stolen away by Martz on the other end here. Jill coming up with a steal, but couldn't control it. When out of bounds it went. It'll be UD ball as soon as someone takes it in. Okay. It'll be that Kelly Drivelbiss in there. So those infamous Drivelbiss gals. Just one of them in there right at the moment. Ball tipped ahead here. Now Shingara picks it off. Back here for Marquette. Marquette inside for Thu for 2, but a foul called. And I think Jen might be going to the line shooting 2. Foul is on Heidi Mosser, and Jen Thu of Lyon Mountain will go to the line shooting a pair. Thu to shoot 2. Here's her first try. It's good. Jen can give the Eagles a 2-point margin if she puts this one in, which she did not. Ball came down here, however. Martz for 2. Threw it way up in the air. It went, anyway, I don't know if she threw it up there, but it went way high. And back with it comes Lauren Rudisil. Rudisil for Kelly Dreibelbis. Kelly working over the wing. Shade into the corner. This is Amy Daniels, had the ball tapped out of there by Brubaker. It's going to be Eagle ball. Brew doing a job that time as she defensively knocked the ball loose, and they ruled it went off Amy Daniels. Here comes Marquette up the court with it, more or less in control. And coming up behind her is Gwen Shade to knock it out of there. Gwen making a big defensive play for UDA. They'll push it right inside here for Christy Shingara. Her shot wouldn't go, and on the rebound, it's going to be controlled. Well, let's see, more or less. There's a wrestling match going on for it over here. And they're going to call a foul. Foul's on Christy Shingara with a hold. Amber Daniels checking back into the ball game. She will replace Heidi Mosser for the Trojans. And Karen Dreibelbis to inbound the ball. There's sister Kelly Dreibelbis with it now. So there's those infamous Dreibelbis girls. Anyway, here's Shade with it. Shade goes right underneath, picked off in there by Marquette. Starting back with it comes Marquette, hassled in there by Karen Dreibelbis. Marquette pushing it over here and off the hands and out of bounds. It goes off Jill Martz. And that play there, the whole problem there was that Karen Dreibelbis really busted up that play for UDA. Doing a good job doing it. Here comes that Dreibelbis, and they're going to call a foul on Megan Brubaker. Brew picks up the personal foul. For Megan, it will be her first. So Megan in no trouble. Picks up her first personal. Kelly Dreibelbis inside here for Amber Daniels. Her pass picked off. Brubaker has it over there for Jamie Snyder. She'll spin it across here now for Martz. Here comes that Jill Martz with it. Jill out in front. Spins it on the near wing here for Snyder. Snyder tries to push it inside, but it's picked off by Amy Daniels. Amy with a quick pass over there for Dreibelbis. Underneath it goes. Stolen away by Jill Martz. And then a foul will be called on Kelly Dreibelbis as Kelly went after the ball and fouled Jill Martz. 3:23 left here in a 16-15 ball game. Eagles by 1. Jen Thu will inbound. It is Lindsay Shingara in the ball game now for Lyon Mountain. Lindsay had it, and off her leg it goes. It'll be UD ball. And it'll be Kelly Dreibelbis inbounding for the Trojans. Right inside it goes here. Turnaround shot by Amy Daniels, too long. Return shot put up by Amber Daniels, wouldn't go, and on the tie-up, it's going to be Eagle ball. Amber Daniels tying it up with Lindsay Shingara. And this time it'll be Jen Thu inbounding over here for Jill Martz. And Martz is going to carry it. She's going to be called for carrying it as she is challenged over there by Gwen Shade and Karen Dreibelbis. It's going to be Amber Daniels checking back out of the ball game. Coming back in, Heidi Mosser for UDA. Kelly Dreibelbis will inbound the ball. Right inside it goes, stolen away by Jamie Snyder, but then Jamie is hung on to, and she's going to be fouled. Foul will be on number 25. That's that Kelly Dreibelbis. She picks up the personal. Kelly's going to check out of the ball game now as April Weaver back in there. Also, Christy Shingara will check out, and Amy Gutkowski coming back in for the Eagles. Jen Thu tries to inbound the ball and has it go out of bounds on the inbound pass. The Eagles not doing very well here at the moment. They still have that scant 1-point lead with 3:08 left here in the first half. And it will be Weaver inbounding here for Karen Dribelbis. Karen taking it down here, pushing it on the end line. The ball is loose, and then they're going to call a walk as Martz ties it up in there for the Eagles. And Thu will inbound. Jamie Snyder back into the ball game. They'll loop it here now for Martz. Stolen away. Right inside goes Dribelbis for 2. It's good. Karen Dribelbis on the inbound steal, and it's amazing to watch this game unfold here so far because it is just two similar ball clubs as the Eagles have it knocked out of there by that Karen Dribelbis. Whoops. Not sure what happened, but at any rate, okay. Martz inbounds it here for the Snyder. Here is a pass inside for Marquette. Marquette for 2, blocked away. Picked up in there by Amy Daniels. Stolen back again by Jamie Snyder, but then they're going to say she went backcourt with it. I'll tell you, both of these teams, rugged game, a very good game to watch, as both these teams really pretty darn evenly matched here so far. Here comes Dribelbis, taking it inside, pushes it over in the left wing. Shot from over there by Shade, too long, and out of bounds it goes. It's going to stay down here, which means it will be UD ball. And that's going to give April Weaver, a chance to inbound it. Does so here for Shade. Shade picks it up for Karen Dribelbis. Karen pushes it over to the side. Shot for 2. Good. A 2-point bucket made by that Weaver. And on the inbound pass, it gets knocked out of there by Mosser. It is 19-16. The Trojans by 3. Here is Martz carrying it up the wing. All the way up the court. She'll go with it. Bounces right here for Jamie Snyder for 2. A good bucket by Jamie Snyder. And back with it comes Dribelbis. Pushing it ahead over here for Mosser. Mosser had it tipped out of there by Marquette. But it will remain UD ball underneath the basket up here with 1:54 left in a 1-point game. Christy Shingara checking back in here now. She will replace Kukowski. And Megan Brubaker coming back in for UD. She'll replace Jamie Snyder. April Weaver inbounding the ball for Shade. Gwen pushes it out in front. Amy Daniels. Amy will step inside and hold everything. Got a foul called before the shot. Megan Brubaker picked up the personal foul. It is her second. Amy Daniels going to the line for UDA, shooting a 1-and-1. Here's her first try. It's good. 20-18. Amy expands the margin to 2. Amy will see if she can make it 3. And that's short. On the rebound, it's going to be controlled by Christy Shingara. Over here for Marquette. Tries to go underneath with it, but that pass is stolen away by UDA, and back with it comes Karen Dribelbis. Dribelbis inside on the give and go for Karen for 2. It's a little short. Rebounded in there to Jen Thu. She'll start it back here for Marquette. Marquette coming up, stopping, 15-footer off the glass, no good. Rebound goes out of bounds there. They're going to say it went off Christy Shingara, and out of bounds it will be UD ball. Weaver inbounding here for the Trojans. Ball tapped aside. Over there they'll try to spin it underneath, but it's stolen back again by UD. Back comes that Karen Dribelbis. Karen bounces it over here for Weaver. Into the corner it goes. Amy for 3. Long, rebounded in there to Shade for 2. Foul called. A foul will be on Christy Shingara. And Gwen Shade will go to the line shooting 2. Gwen Shade at the line shooting 2. Her first shot, no good. Last foul was on Christy Shingara, her second, with 1:01 left here in the first half. He goes trailing by 2. Second shot by Shade, good. Trojans tonight seem to be making 1 out of 2 of those free throws. And back with it comes Martz. Here's Thu. Near wing over here for Leader. Over there for Christy Shingara. This is Jill Martz. Jen Thu has it. Their leader for Shingara. Christie inside, she goes with it for leader. And we're going to have a hold foul called on Gwen Shade, perhaps, I'm not sure. Foul actually was on Karen Dreibelbiss. Karen picks up her first.
Jen Leader, shoot 1-1.
Leader shooting a 1-1 for UD. Her first shot, good. And here is her second shot. And this one is no good. Rebounded in there by Christy Shingara. She'll spin it back out here for Brubaker. Over here for Thu. Inside they go with it for Leader. Leader pushing it in here, and we're going to have a foul called underneath. Foul is on 5-2. That is Heidi Mosser, her second. And to the line goes Brubaker, shooting 2. Or 1-1, they say. Okay, 1-1, I guess. Brew shooting a 1-1. Her first shot wouldn't go in. The ball's tipped around over there, and it's going to be black ball as it went off the hands of Christy Shingara. And April Weaver will inbound the ball for UDA. They'll loop this one ahead here for Shade. Shade pushes it on the near wing here for Dreibelbiss. Right underneath it goes, but it's going to be out of bounds as Jill Martz come flying through there and got an arm, a leg, or some part of her body on it. I'm not sure. Anyway, here's Weaver looping it in here for Dreibelbiss. She'll take it outside. 13 seconds remaining here in the first half. Over on the wing and out of the park it goes on that one. It'll be the Eagles coming back with 10 seconds remaining. They'll have a chance to tie up the ball game as they'll spin it here for Leader. Leader will give it back here for Martz. Here comes Martz looking, firing one up. That's good if it goes, wouldn't go. And so at halftime, it is the UDA Trojans 21, the Lion Mountain Eagles 19. We'll be back with the second half in just a moment. Well, the ball teams are back now, and the Trojans will have the advantage of inbounding the ball to begin the second half of play. They'll inbound it here for Rudisil. And Rudisil takes it over the wing over there for Shade. Gwen on the baseline, dribbles it inside, drops a pass off for Mosser. Her shot wouldn't go down, and the rebound comes down to Marquette. Megan coming back with it for Lion Mountain. Here's Brubaker at the top of the circle. Inside she goes with it. Shot put up in there, no good on the rebound. Let's see, controlled by Marquette. Fires a shot up, no good. Rebounded there, it's tied up. As Thu ties it up with Shade. And it will be Eagle ball. 21-19 UDA by 2. Now they'll inbound it here for Shingara inside for Marquette. Megan's shot good. It ties up the ball game, 21-21. And UD bringing it up court here now for Amy Daniels. Amy coasting inside, puts a shot up, good for 2. Amy Daniels just glides right in there and popped that one in nicely, and gives the Eagles the Trojans a ball back and in on the end. On the inbound pass, 2 in a row, stole it away. Mosser, stop it, pop it. No good, a walk. A walk called, but it's the Trojans by 4 as they made a good steal on the inbound pass, and Heidi Mosser put it home. Here comes the Eagles now. Marquette coming up court with it. Eagles now trailing by 4. They just tied it up. Now they'll trail by 4. Ball comes loose. Mosser picking the pocket that time. Bounce pass over here. Back for Shade for 2. No good, but she's fouled. And Gwen will go to the line shooting 2. Shade at the line shooting 2 for UDA. Brubaker picked up her 3rd personal foul. Gwen puts her first one in good. And here's Shade's second try, and it is good also. Gwen Shade with 2 good foul shots. Again, that full court pressure all the time for UDA. Here's a pass over here to Martz. She tries to drop it outside. Here goes off Thu and out of bounds. It'll be UD inbounding the ball with a 6-point lead now. And we have time called as when Shade had lost her knee pad or whatever. Didn't lose it, but I mean had to pull it up. Anyway, here comes Dribobis moving it down. Ball stolen away in there on the pass by Shingara, picking that off. Here comes Marquette, taking it inside, and it rolled loose. Back with it comes Rudisil, bouncing it over there, and a walk will be called here on Mosser. Had he tried to get it going, but could not, and went for the walk. Karen Dribobis in, Kelly Dribobis in, and Karen comes out for UD. Look at this on the inbounds play. There's 12 people out there waiting for it. No. Anyway, here comes Marquette. Marquette double teamed. She'll roll it here for Thu. Over to the corner goes Shingara for 2. Wouldn't go. Rebounded inside there, and a foul called on Martz. Jill will pick up the personal foul. And it'll be UD inbounding the ball. Kelly Dribobis to inbound the basketball. Kelly picking up the dribble, looping it ahead up here for Rudisil. Rudisil pushes it into the corner here for Amy Daniels. Amy pushes it back outside for 2 from Shade, no good. Rebounded here to Marquette. Quick pass ahead here for Jen Thu. Thu will go inside, put a shot up, it wouldn't go, but she's fouled, and Jen will go to the line, shooting 2. Thu at the line to shoot 2. Gwen Shade picked up her second personal foul. Thu's first shot, no good. So Thu would get the Eagles to within 5 if she made that one, and she did. 27-22. UD. They'll push it ahead here. It's stolen away, picked back up again by the Trojans, rather. And Rudisil controlling it over on the right side over there. It goes inside here with it. They'll try to dump it inside. Stolen away by Marquette. Megan Marquette coming back with it for the Eagles. Goes to the hoop for 2. It's good. Megan Marquette gets 2. 27-24. Rudisil will push it ahead here now for Mosser. Mosser takes it down, rolls it just about out of bounds. Amy Daniels picked it up, looking for 2. She's fouled. Foul will be on Shingara, and she picks up personal foul number 3. And that's going to send Amy Daniels to the foul line for UDA, shooting 2. Baker in for Jamie Snyder, and Gudkowski in for Christy Shingara. 5:19 left here in the third. Here's Amy Daniels at the line shooting 2. Her first shot, good. Second shot by Amy is also good. 2 good foul shots by that Amy Daniels. And on the inbounds play, it's going to be knocked back out of there. And Thu will inbound over here for Megan Marquette. Here comes Marquette with it. To the top of the court. Over there for Brew Baker. Wow, Brew just saved it from going back court. And here is Martz with it. Martz pushes it right inside here. Marquette for 2, wouldn't go. Laid it up a little short. Rebounded over there to Mosser. He'll drop it back here for Kelly Dribobis. Near steal and a foul called on Martz. Jill will pick up personal foul number 2, I think. Here's the pass here for Amy Daniels now as the Trojans come back with it. Here's Mosser. Back outside here. Kelly Dribobis for 2, no good. Rebounded inside there, controlled by the Eagles as Megan Marquette comes up court with it. Megan will take it inside, pushes it right inside there for the shot by Brubaker for 2. 29-26. Pass up ahead here now. Tapped loose, but coming back with it is, let's see, Martz with a steal, and they're going to call a foul. Foul called. Foul was on Rudisil that time. Rudisil picks up her 3rd personal foul. And it'll be Jen Thu here for Megan Marquette. They'll push it down here. Now right underneath it goes Gudkowski for 2. It's good. They work that one down very quickly. And it's 29-28. UD by 1. Here comes Kelly Dribobis working it down the floor. Stopping, pushing it over here for Shade for 2. That's off the mark. Long. Rebounded inside there, and wait a minute. They're going to get a push foul called underneath. Perhaps on Amy Gudkowski, I'm not sure. No, it's going to be on Martz with a push. Her 4th. And Jill will have to check out of the ball game, and Lindsay Shingara will check back in. Jill Martz picked up personal foul number 4 here in the third period, with 4 minutes remaining in the third period. Dribelvis. This is Kelly Dribelvis, near wing over here for a nice drive, but a shot missed, and the ball's going to go out of bounds on the rebound. Amy Daniels put the shot up. The ball came back to both Marquette and Brubaker. Neither one of them could handle that one, and so Kelly Dribelvis will inbound the ball. Back here for sister Karen. Karen bounces it across there for Amy Daniels. Amy stopping and popping. No good. Rebounded in there to Brubaker, who will push it back here for Marquette. Quickly up here for Thu. Thu stopping and popping from outside. No good. Rebounded in there to Moser. 3.5 minutes left in the third. 29-28. Upper Dauphin by 1. Kelly Dribelvis for Amy Daniels. Amy goes across the court. Now here for Kelly for 2. It is no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds by Marquette. It'll remain UD ball. Rudisill returns to the ballgame to replace Karen Dribelvis for UDA. Here's Shade on the baseline for Kelly Dribelvis. Rudisill. Lauren will spin it on the left wing over here. Here's Amy for 3. No good. A rebound comes right down there to the Eagles, and back with it comes Marquette. Marquette taking it outside. Tries to go inside with it. Pushes it all the way in. And a push foul called on UDA. No shot. Foul will be on Kelly Dribelvis. And UD will inbound the ball. Kelly Dribelvis picks up personal foul number 3. They'll loop this one right here to Marquette. Turnaround shot, good. Eagles up by 1, 30-29. Here comes Kelly Dribelvis pushing it down the wing over there. The ball comes loose, out of bounds it goes. It's going to go off Megan Marquette. And it will be Gwen Shade inbounding the ball for UDA. She's guarded in there by Lindsay Shingara. Here comes Rudisill. Ball stolen away by Megan Marquette. Marquette coming up with the steal for the Eagles. Brings it back up court. Spins it over here for Brubaker. Megan Brubaker dropping it here for Gutkowski. Amy will push it back over here for Jen Thu. Thu. Lindsay Shingara. Oh, off the mark. Lindsay tries to get the rebound. Ball comes back out here, controlled by Amy Daniels. Amy will drop it back for Kelly Dribelvis. Over for Amy Daniels. Amy on the baseline looking for 2. Off the mark it goes. Rebound on the far side, and a foul called on Gwen Shade. Gwen will pick up the personal foul as she leaped in there trying to make the rebound. And UD will Karen Dribelvis into the game, but timeout called by Upper Dauphin. So we've got 2:07 left here in the third period. Eagles up by 1. They'll have the ball when we come back. UD timeout is over. Jen Thu will inbound the ball for Lion Mountain. They'll loop it ahead here now for Marquette. Marquette with Kelly Dribelvis on her. And she'll fire it ahead here now for Brubaker. Brubaker back here for Marquette. Marquette takes it inside. 15-foot try, no good. Right on the rebound, it's going to be Lindsay Shingara coming up with the personal foul. Lindsay will probably pick up her first, perhaps. And it is the team's 6th. 1:51 remaining here in the third period. As Amy Daniels will pick it up. Pushes it ahead here for Heidi Moser. Heidi will spin it back here for Kelly Dribelvis. Karen Dribelvis. For Daniels. Amy pushes it across here for Gwen Shade. Gwen's pass put out here for Moser for 2. It's good. Heidi Moser on a nice pass from Gwen Shade coming back here, and then a reach-in foul is going to be called on Kelly Dribelvis. Kelly will pick up the personal foul. For Kelly, it'll be her 4th, the team's 5th, and the Eagles will inbound the ball. Over here for Lindsay Shingara. Lindsay will bring it up court. Picking it up, pushing it over there for Marquette. Over into the corner it goes. Marquette has it back again. Marquette will take it out here for Brubaker. Brubaker bounces it here, and a reach-in foul is going to be called on Amy Daniels. That's going to send Amy Gutkowski to the foul line, shooting a 1-and-1, I do believe. Take that back. It's only the team's 6th. Amy picks up her first. Boy, Amy's played a good game that way without fouling. Here's the inbounds pass. Got to be controlled here by Thu. Back over here for Marquette. Marquette takes it inside, puts a shot up, partially blocked away, has her own rebound, spins it back outside here, and let's see, they're going to go for it. I'll tell you, 2 tired ball clubs over here playing this ball game, and out of bounds it goes with 52 seconds remaining in the third. Trojans up by 1, 31-30. And a walk will be called this time as Karen took off just a little bit too quickly that time. And that'll turn the ball back over to the Eagles with 50 seconds remaining here in the third period. Lindsay Shingara will inbound it back here for Marquette. 47 seconds left. Ball goes off Lindsay Shingara backcourt. Eagle ball. Karen Dreibelvis getting ready to inbound it as Jen Leader will come back in here to replace Lindsay Shingara for the Trojans. Or for the Eagles, rather. And it'll be Weaver replacing Gwen Shade for UDA. April Weaver back in the ball game. The pass over here for Amber Daniels, and wait a minute, backcourt, they throw it. Both teams little pooped the way it looks, or whatever. They're just not thinking out here as they went backcourt on that play. With 42 seconds left, the Eagles have it back again. They'll inbound it here for Marquette. Marquette with Kelly Dreibelvis on her. Over in the wing there for Brubaker. Out here is Jen Thu for Gutkowski. Here's Leader. Leader goes inside with it. The ball is tapped away, and they're picked up by Kelly Dreibelvis. And back come the Trojans with 20 seconds remaining in the third. They'll go over there, and they'll play for the final shot of the third period, more than likely. On the baseline it goes. Oh, and it's tied up in there as Marquette tied up April Daniels and Amber Daniels, and it will remain UD ball. 13 seconds left here in the third. Walk called on Karen Dreibelvis. Karen starting off with that quick step that you see so many ball players do that. They do that a lot, some of them, but anyway, she's caught that time. Here comes Marquette, has it tapped out of there, and it's going to remain Eagle ball with 5 seconds left in the third period. Back here for Marquette. Marquette takes it right inside, looking for 2. It's good, and that'll do it as the third period comes to an end. But the Trojans up by 1 at the end of 3. It is 32-31 Lion Mountain. What a ball game, I'll tell you. Okay, the fourth period ready to get underway now. The Eagles, who lead by 1, will have the advantage of inbounding the ball to begin the final period of play here at Lion Mountain. Here comes Marquette with it. Pushing it here for Thu. Back here for Christy Shingara. Right underneath it goes. And we got a push foul called underneath on UD, I guess. 51. Amy Daniels picks up the personal foul. This is only her second, and Marquette will go to the line shooting a 1-and-1. Megan to shoot a 1-and-1, and here is her first try, and it is good. 33-31. Eagles up now by 2. And here's Marquette's second try, and it is no good. Rebound tapped out of there off the Eagles. It will be UD ball. They'll push it here for Daniels. This is Amy. Has it knocked out of there by Megan Marquette, who caught it almost in the stands that time. And Karen Dreibelvis will inbound the ball. Pushes it here for Rudisil. Rudisil takes it inside. Pushing it over here. Amy Daniels for three. That's off the mark. Marquette standing there to pick that one off. Quick pass out here for Christy Shingarek. Can Christy catch it? She did. Spun it back here over here for Thu. For two, it's good. A good pass from Martz over here to Jen Thu. And Thu has two. Here comes Karen Dreibelvis ripping down the lane, coming over here, but it's stolen away by Jill Martz. And then Jill out of control with it over here, but made the steal, and will give the ball back to UDA. But I'll tell you, both of these squads going all out, 110% all over this court tonight from the opening tip-off. These have battled all the way. Here comes Dreibelvis around the right wing side, over into the corner there for a pass inside for Amy Daniels for two, or rather Mosser for two. Shot put up, blocked away. Back outside it comes. Here comes Shade looking for two. Shot, no good, but a foul called. And Gwen will go to the foul line shooting two, as a foul, I think, was on Christy Shingar. If it was, it'll be her fourth. Christy picks up personal foul number 4 here in the final period. Got 6:58, just about 7 minutes to play. And Gwen shooting two. First shot, no good. Here's the second shot put up by Gwen is good. That's UD tonight. Should shoot the second one first. And a foul's got to be called on Karen Dreibelvis. Karen will pick up the reach-in foul that time as she was guarding Megan Marquette just a little bit too closely that time. And Megan will go to the line shooting a 1-1. Karen Dreibelvis picks up just her second foul. And Megan Marquette puts her first shot up, no good. Rebound comes down this way to Amy Daniels. She'll spin it over there now, and back with it comes Lauren Rudisil. Rudisil for Dreibelvis. Inside they go here for Mosser. Mosser pushes it over the baseline. Rudisil for two. It's good. Lauren Rudisil off a good pass from Mosser. And she put it home. Here comes Marquette with it across the timeline for the Eagles. Over here for Jen Thu. Lindsay Shingara looping it inside here. Turnaround shot by Marquette. Good for two. 37-34. Here comes Mosser with it for UDA. Dropping it here for Karen Dreibelvis. Inside they go with it. Mosser for two. It wouldn't go. Rebounded in there by Christy Shingara. Back here for Marquette. Marquette bringing it down court. Marquette will push it over in the wing over here for Thu for two. No good. On the rebound, let's see. It's going to be controlled here by UDA. Over the wing, they'll go with it. Picking it up over there is Dreibelvis. This is Karen. Pushing it in the corner for Shade. Now back out for Karen Dreibelvis. Here's Mosser. Outside, shot for three. That's short. And it's going to go out of bounds. It will be Eagle ball. 5:36 remaining here in the ball game. Megan Marquette will bring it up court for the Eagles. Takes it out in front now. And she'll back it out here. Dropping it here for Jen Thu. For Shingara. Christy Shingara tries to put it inside. Tapped away by Amy Daniels. Back with it comes Heidi Mosser. Heidi with three. Eagles trailing. They'll knock it out of bounds. It will remain UD ball. But three guys coming back here on Heidi. And Heidi unable to contain that one as three Eagles were converging on her. So it'll be UD ball to inbound as Karen Dreibelvis will inbound the ball. And timeout called here. Now they're going to talk to a couple of these people. They're bunched up a little bit too much in here. And it's going to be Brubaker in there with Amy Daniels. And they're really bunching them up in there. And the ref come over and said something to him. I don't know what the rule is, but give him room to breathe, I guess. Anyway, here is Shade working away underneath. Shot good for two. Gwen Shade really worked that one in. Jen Thu on the other end of the court looking for two. Wouldn't go. Rebound tapped around in there, controlled by Amy Daniels. 37-36. The Eagles by one. 4:53 remaining in the ball game. There's a walk as Lauren wanted to make the pass, and somebody might have jumped up in front of her or whatever, and she just hesitated a little bit. Turns it over. And back comes Megan Marquette for the Eagles. This is Brubaker. Oh, across the court, stolen away, intended for Brubaker inside. Stolen away by Heidi Mosser. Back with it comes Rudisil over here for Daniels. Daniels goes on the baseline, fires a shot up, return shot put up by Mosser, wouldn't go. Wow, and it's stolen away by Amy Daniels. Amy for two. No good, and it's tapped away and controlled by the, wait a minute, then they're going to call a push foul underneath on Megan Brubaker. And Megan will pick up personal foul number 4 or whatever. And to the line to shoot a 1-and-1 will go Amy Daniels. Wow, what a ball game, I'll tell you. Megan Brubaker picks up her 4th personal foul. Amy Daniels, a good foul shooter at the line, and she'll be shooting a 1-and-1. Her first shot, no good. It comes over this way and going to go out of bounds off Christy Shingara as she and Heidi Mosser battle for it. And went off Christy. And so Karen Dreibelbiss will inbound the ball. Karen looking to inbound it to someone here. And a foul called. The foul will be on Jill Martz. And for Jill, I think that was her 5th. I think Jill is going to have to check out of the ballgame. Man, she has played one heck of a game, and it is. Personal foul number 5 for Jill. Came with 4:16 left here in a 1-point ball game. And that sent Lauren Rudisil to the foul line shooting a 1-and-1. It was also the 9th team foul for the Eagles, so the next one will put the Trojans in the shoot 2 category. Shot good, tie ball game. 37 all. And Rudisil will be shooting one more. Jamie Snyder in to replace Jill Martz as the Trojans take back that 1-point lead now. This is Marquette coming down the wing here. She'll pick up the dribble. Back here for Thu. And now Marquette out in front. On the wing over there for Jamie Snyder. Jamie takes it inside, pushes it over here for Shingara, or for Marquette rather. And she tried to hit Christy Shingara, who was looking the other way. And out of bounds it goes, and timeout called by Line Mountain. With 3:56 remaining in the ball game, the UDA Trojans will have the basketball, and they have a 1-point lead. Okay, back with it now comes the Trojans. Here's Shade, back here for Rudisil. Rudisil takes it inside. It's blocked away, picked up by Mosser for 2. It's good. Heidi Mosser gives the Trojans a 3-point margin. And back comes Jamie Snyder. They're going to say Jamie turned it over. And that's going to give the ball back to UDA. 3:25 left here in what is now a 3-point Upper Dauphin lead. And Dreibelbiss will inbound the ball. Pushes it back here for Rudisil. And then Karen Dreibelbiss here for Rudisil. She'll push it over there for that Gwen Shade. Shade will drop it for Dreibelbiss. Here's Rudisil. Spinning it over in the baseline here for Amy Daniels. Amy pushes her way inside for 2. No good. Return shot wouldn't go, and a rebound comes down here controlled by Brubaker. She'll push it back over here now for Marquette. Megan Marquette coming back, looking to go all the way with it, right up and in for 2. It's a 1-point ball game with less than 2:50 remaining, 40-39. Here's Dreibelbiss pushing it back over here for Rudisil. And Rudisil, let's see, they're going to call Megan Marquette with a blocking foul, and Megan is just so pooped she can't even believe it. Wow. Megan picks up her 3rd, I guess. No, her 2nd. I was on Marquette. And Rudisil at the line shooting a 1-and-1. Her first shot's good. 51-39. And here's Rudisil's second try. It is no good. Rebounded in there to Shingara. Ahead here now for Martz. Martz has it tipped out of there as Karen Dreibelbis sneaks up the wing and picks that one off. And back with it comes Rudisil for UDA. 2:28 left here in the ball game. Here's Shade taking it inside. Lost the handle on it. Goes on the baseline. Ball's picked up in here by Jamie Snyder. Jamie's got it back here for Marquette. Megan bringing it up the court for the Eagles over here for Martz. She'll drop it here. Shingara inside it goes here. Shot by Marquette. Good for two. Megan Marquette ties up the ball game. Less than 2 minutes to play in the contest. We're tied up at 41 all. Pass over here. There's the ball stolen away. Marquette takes it inside. Left-hand layup. Wouldn't go down on the steal. Steal again underneath there, and it's going to be Eagle ball or UDA ball as Marquette and Shade tie it up. 1:46 remaining in the ball game. Dreibelbis inbounding it here for Rudisil. And now Amy Daniels has it. She'll drop it back here for Karen Dreibelbis. She picks up the thing, pushes it up here. Stolen away here by Christy Shingara. She'll push it back here for Marquette. And here's Jen Thu with it. For Christie, inside it goes again here. Marquette with a turnaround shot, wouldn't go that time. Rebounded inside here to Shade. With 1:18 remaining in the ball game. Back with it comes Rudisil for UDA. We're tied at 41 all. A timeout called by Coach Shadle of the UDA Trojans. 1:11 remaining. 41-41 is the score. Okay, the timeout is over. And Karen Dreibelbis will inbound the ball here for Lauren Rudisil. Lauren takes it on the wing. Has it tapped out of there. Jamie Snyder reaches in and taps it loose for the Eagles. Karen Dreibelbis again will inbound it here for Rudisil probably. Well, maybe not. Nope, they're going to come across here for Amy Daniels. Amy pushes it back here for Rudisil, or for Rudisil now. In here it goes on the wing for Shade. Rudisil back to Shade. Shade steps inside, skids to a halt. Inside for Amy Daniels, back outside for Gwen Shade. Rudisil. Across court it'll go here for Dreibelbis. She tries to take it inside. Ball's picked up in there by the Eagles. And back with it. Timeout's going to be called by the Eagles with 37 seconds remaining in the ball game. The Eagles will have the basketball. 41-41 is the score. Eagles will have the ball when we come back. What a ball game. Timeout is over. The Eagles will have the basketball to inbound here on the defensive end of the court for them. And they again draw a crowd on the inbounds pass. It's going to be inbounded here to Brubaker. Brubaker picks it up for Marquette. Marquette lost it away, but a foul called. A reach-in foul's going to be called on Karen Dreibelbis. And Megan Marquette will be going to the line to shoot a 1-and-1. Wow, with 33 seconds remaining in the ball game. So you talk about some big foul shooting here for both ball clubs. Marquette shooting a 1-and-1. First shot, short. Rebounded in here to Amy Daniels. Amy has the basketball. 30 seconds remaining. Timeout called by Coach Shadle. And when we come back, the Trojans will have the basketball. 29 seconds remaining in the ball game. Well, with 29 seconds remaining in this big ball game, we're tied up at 41. UDA will have the ball to inbound here. Shade will inbound it. She waited 5 seconds. Oh, man, that's hard to believe. And timeout called by Line Mountain. So the Eagles, with the defense on the inbounds pass, caused a 5-second violation, whatever. And now we've got still 29 seconds left in the ball game, and now the Eagles have the ball. Well, now it becomes Megan Brubaker's turn to try to inbound the ball. The same tenacity that the Eagles have, the Trojans also have had all night. Here comes Marquette with it. Marquette coming down, pushing it over here in the wing. The ball came loose, picked up over there. Jamie Snyder forces a shot up, wouldn't go. On the rebound, it's going to be controlled in here by the Trojans. Back with it comes a pass inside here for Amy Daniels. Stolen away. Back with it they come. They'll loop it ahead here. Kathu has it. She's got it. Missed the shot. And on the rebound, it's going to be a foul call with no time. Now, wait a minute. There is no time remaining in the ball game. This will be a heated argument here. There is no time remaining, and they're going to give a foul shot to Upper Dauphin. The Trojans will get to shoot. There is no time remaining, and this guy here has called it, and that's going to give the Trojans a chance to shoot the ball with no time left. It's going to be Amy Daniels, an excellent foul shooter, to win the ball game for Upper Dauphin. They will give Amy a chance to shoot a 1-and-1, and they're going to say there is nobody. Wait a minute. I'll tell you, this would be controversial. There is absolutely no time remaining on the clock when the foul was called. Well, I think this has been some kind of an ending to an otherwise great ball game, as Amy Daniels will go to the foul line. She only needs to put in one, and the game is over. If not, we would go into overtime. Here's Amy's shot. It is no good. It is no good. Now she's shooting two, I guess. Yeah, should be shooting two. Amy missed the first one, so this young sophomore has got one more try as the crowd goes berserk. Here's her second try. It is good. The Trojans have won the ball game, have upset the Lyon Mountain Eagles here with a final score of 42-41 as Amy Daniels puts in her second shot of two. It does stun the Eagles for sure, but for the Upper Dauphin Trojans and Coach Dave Shadle, what a ball game. And that really does make a big victory here for these Upper Dauphin Trojans. No question about that. Congratulations to Coach Shadle and all his Upper Dauphin Trojan gang here, and particularly to Amy Daniels, who had the pressure on her, given that foul shot right at the end of the ball game, which I thought was at the end of the ball game, but nevertheless, Amy comes through, missed the first one, and just nets the second one. So what can you say? Some way to end the ball game, and I'll tell you, it is a happy, happy bunch of Trojans here now as they have pulled this one out, give the Eagles now their second loss of the second half, and that's devastating for the Lady Eagles, who were perfect in the first half, but have now run their second half average to 3-2. So not a good outing for the Eagles. They were pooped. There's no question about it. Playing last night is not an excuse, but boy, a torrid pace put up tonight for all 36 minutes of the ball game, and or 32, whatever 4/8 are, 32 minutes of the game, and finally comes down to a buzzer beater or not a buzzer beater, but a shot at the very end of the game that they awarded to Amy Daniels, and Amy comes through with one big foul shot to win the ball game. Final score 42-41 UDA. So you can't any closer than that, I guess, can you? We'll catch you later at the next ball game.